thank you. That was very kind. So yeah, I'd like to start off today by giving a thanks to Mr. Nelson for inviting me, or Principal Nelson. I know there's a teacher now. And I also want to thank the faculty for making all of this possible. You know, it's probably taken a lot to set all of this up. So yeah, as you know, I graduated CIMS 4 years ago, and I was sitting in the same seats that you're all sitting in now. And I honestly remember feeling a bit of relief, you know. No more assignments being done, no more, I heard first period gym, that sounds crazy. And
No, that's not true.
yeah, I mean, I was pretty ready to be done, but thinking back to it now, you know, it's like, I had a lot of fun at CIMS, you know, and it's hard not to miss parts of it, you know. I remember playing guitar at every talent show, and sometimes Mr. Nelson would even join me on stage and sing. Not sure if he still does that. But I also remember, 3 years here on the track, and I ran every day as hard as I could, and, made some great friends along the way, went to Borough Championships, got second place. But what I'm trying to say is that after today, even if you never see your teachers or your classmates again, you have already made many of the core memories that you're going to remember for the rest of your life. And today marks a huge milestone for all of you. And I would like everybody to just take a moment and reflect with pride all of the work that you've put in to get up to this point. And now, I'd like you to think, what helped you motivate? Helped motivate you to get to this point? It's okay if you don't have a clear answer, but reflecting on your motivations will become more and more important as you move forward into the future. For me, I had made the decision to take my first flight I had ever taken across the entire country, setting my sights on Harvey Mudd College in California. It was a big decision, and in a way, it conflicted directly with many of my own motivations, I cared about my mom, who struggled to keep me and my brothers afloat during periods of homelessness. I cared about my grandparents. I wanted to have a strong connection and influence with my brothers. Would they need my support? I knew, though, that if I wanted to be able to help my family and myself in the long run, I had to take a leap, a venture out the comfortable, and I had to make myself valuable in any way that I could. So there I was at Harvey Mudd College, California, staring up at the palm trees, and anxious for the work to come. But let me tell you, it was rough. It was rough. I just destroyed, man. 6 classes. Each homework assignment took 5 hours minimum to complete, sometimes 10, sometimes 15. Took a multivariable calculus class. Just did not understand the thing. Have any of you taken AP Chemistry? So imagine a week's worth of AP Chemistry content, an hour, right, in class. I struggled, right? And at this moment, it's always easy, during struggle to make comparisons. How is it that people around me were able to finish these assignments quickly, easily, while I wasn't? Was I not smart enough? Well, this leads to my first piece of advice. Don't compare. Just don't. For me, these comparisons, they led to a disease. A disease that affected my view of myself even beyond academics. At CIMS, as I said, I love to play guitar and perform. I did so twice a year, every year, with help of Miss Asphalt. Yeah. And when just seeing the ability and level of performance at Harvey Mudd, it was hard to feel that I was capable of performing anything special. I became hesitant. And while I had this mindset for the first year, what I came to learn was that there are opportunities that I didn't even know exist growing up in the Bronx. Until I went to college, I didn't even know the name of a single private school in New York City, and all of a sudden I knew them all, because that's where my peers went. When looking around at my classmates, I would only see the work that was done right in front of me, but I hadn't seen the music lessons they attended since the age of 5. I definitely didn't see the 2 years of AP Physics they took from opposed to my 0, and for this reason, I really suggest don't compare yourself to others. Sometimes you just have to accept that you're at a disadvantage, but never stop persisting. This leads to my second piece of advice. Don't be afraid to ask. There's a whole field of research that suggests first generation and low socioeconomic backgrounds often lead to a person being less likely to advocate for themselves, less likely to apply to opportunities, less likely to go to office hours, less likely to negotiate a raise. The list goes on. And as we all went to the school in the Bronx, I'm sure I'm talking to at least a portion of the audience. Do not be part of this statistic. I know that I was, at least for the first year. The system we are in is not built for us, so do not feel bad in taking advantage of every opportunity that is in front of you. Be brave, ask questions, and be your best advocate. On another note, you are all bright and young, and you need to be confident not in the credentials you have now, but you need to be confident in your potential. With enough motivation and persistence, you can do anything. And you need to remember that your future employers are going to know that. They hire you based off of what you learn and your persistence. Again, you need to have the courage to ask and seek the opportunity. My last piece of advice today is to please, when you're really successful, do not forget your roots. I'm proud to say that I grew up in the Bronx. I'm proud to say that my mother immigrated to this country. And I'm proud of my younger brothers. And of course, I'm grateful to CIMS, to Principal Nelson for all the motivational talks over the 4 years. I'm grateful for Miss Mapp for teaching me how to write. And I'm grateful for everyone here that has supported me. And now, I would love to support you in any way I can. So if there's any questions you have or any advice, please reach out to me. My email is in the pamphlet, and I would love to connect. Yeah, but thank you very much, and congratulations, class of 2025.